All right, I'm on hole number 3 of the Liberty Tournament. I'm in Monday's practice round in the rookie division. Let's go check out hole number 3. I think hole number 3, I actually, as many times as I played these holes, I can't remember. I remember when these holes first came out. I hated these holes when they first came out. All right, so you have some options here. What's going to happen in most cases is you're just going to lay up down into this spot right here. And you're going to try and get up into this area right here. Not a bad idea, especially if you've got lower developed clubs. Even if you've got upper developed clubs, if you're laying up here and you're bringing a 3 power ball, it's not a bad idea to bring a big dog so that you can try and get yourself. Now, you don't have to get into short iron range. If you got a 3 power ball, 3 power. If you got a 3 power ball and you want to get into your short iron range, you only have to get to about right there. So anything in front of that. So you don't have to get way up here in order to get in a short iron. Now, obviously, if you get up here, you may be in mid short iron or even min short iron if you get far enough up in there. But from distance, especially if you brought a big dog, it can be a little tricky because you don't have the ball guide to kind of walk you up there. It can be a little tricky. So you don't have to get too aggressive. Just getting right here puts you in your short iron range. And then you can take a short iron to the cup. And I'm going to do a +10 on the drive and a -10 to the cup. Now with this account, this is how I'm going to play it because I don't have a power 5 ball inventory. You can bring out a power 5 ball and try and get it over this area where you're landing here and then take a big dog up to this, then try and get on the green in 2. Then you're putting for eagle as opposed to trying to hit it with a short iron. There's also a max overpower hook shot you could do here. The problem with that is that the way that the max overpower hook works is you almost have to do a reverse where you're putting on maximum left-hand side spin, max top spin, and then you're doing maximum right-hand curl, and you'll tend to end up out in this area. But I do find that it's easier to get from this area up into where you want to get than it is from here to get up to where you want to get. So a lot of times in one-on-one, I'll just go ahead and hit out to here, even though I know that I'm probably not going to make it over just because I like the second shot better. So let's see what I have in this account. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got. All right. I'm going to take my number 1 bag. Maybe. What do I got? I don't have any 5 power balls at all. So I'm going to bring a Titan, the king of balls. And I'm going to bring... Do I want to lay it up there at the top? Or do I want to go for the shot? I'm going to yeah, if you're going to lay it up there at the top, you're probably better off just bringing a rock or a QB and a big dog. I'll just lay it up there at the top. And a Titan. Then we'll see what that looks like. I almost always, when I'm playing one-on-one, unless we're getting a massive headwind, I always go for the max overpower hook shot because I think I've only made it over once, and I hit the rocks and I got a lucky bounce where I've actually been in the fairway on the other side of the 3 power ball. If you get a big enough wind, you can make it over a 3 power ball, but now you're talking more like a pro style wind, but then you're in a further back tee. When these holes first came out, I was playing expert, and these holes are brutal in expert. Brutal. They brutalized me. I still have nightmares. I still wake up with cold sweats sometimes. Yeah, let's see. Maybe 2. I'm going to do 2.5 backspin. It won't be the end of the world if I end up in the sand, but ideally, get a better shot. Plus 10% on the drive, so it's about 4-4. Hitting it great to the left. That's all about just whether I got the right topspin on there so that I can get out there pretty far. Left a little on the table. Probably could have did, what, 2 backspin instead. If you're using a QB, your distance-wise, you'll probably have to put a little bit of topspin on it. But not a lot. You want to get close down there, but it's not, the critical part there is not that you get an inch away from that rough so that you pick it all up. The critical part is that you don't end up in the rough. So if you leave yourself 2 or 3 yards of distance down there, that's fine. When you're doing a layup shot, it's more important that you end up in the fairway than that you pick up every single inch that you can pick up. Let's get super greedy. Let's get super greedy and see if we can get up into that hole. Now, let's not get super greedy. All right. You guys peer pressured me into calming down. I gotcha. Okay, so there's 2 miles per hour. So I'm going to take 3-2 out. I'm going to push in some of that power. Hitting it perfect. I'm just trying to float up there, and that puts me in my short iron range. I'm going to do -10 to the cup, so it's 0.9 times whatever the wind is. I'm not sure exactly where that'll put me in my club. It's probably going to be more towards max, but it might be towards mid. I'll have to see. That's a tough area to land up in there because it's really you want to try and bring out a 3-power ball here and get in front of that where I'm at. There's min. There's max. So we're right at max. So times 3.5. It's 3.15 rings. Really don't like how that's responding. 3.15. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 5. And I hit it great to the left. Trying to snap it off, running out of time. Not quite enough. Where I was at right there, I should have brought, if I was going to do that layup stuff to cut the wind down, a Kingmaker would work better because I could have started my shot to the cup off to the right, where I could have started off on the green and then used left-hand side spin to bring my tail back to the cup. Because by hitting on the fringe right there where I was hitting, if I moved it forward a little bit, the ball guide was jumping forward. Move it back, it's tightening it up. And usually when that happens, that means the ball is going to run short. But if I would have started off over here on the green and used side spin to bring me around to it, the ball would have ran a lot truer. But that Titan doesn't have, I don't think it had quite enough side spin to get me over there. It might have. I should have tried it. I knew that that was going to be a iffy deal. Anytime you can start on one surface and stay on that surface, especially when you're on the putting surface, you can start on the putting surface. It's better than starting off on the fringe or the fairway and trying to bounce it up there. Put it in the hole. In the hole. Power 5 ball, you have your best opportunity to get a eagle here, but it's all dependent on this wind speed on the drive. And the last few times I've had this in a tournament, we've had the varying wind speed from one round to the next. So one round you may be able to make it, and the next round the wind's just a little bit slower, and you can't make it. All right, that was hole number 3 of the Liberty Tournament and Monday's practice round in the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.